what are you kids doing? You kids don't know what's down there. Sliding down? You stay out of that cave. Stay out of that one.
Okay, take 37. We got to get this right so they can use it in one of their funding applications. So stop right there. Okay. So what are you drinking, young lady?
White Claw. I'm drinking claws and breaking laws.
Okay, now work the cigarette a little bit. All right, there we go. Now, isn't that cigarette a fire safety hazard in this old dry wood?
No, it's perfectly fine.
Is this what you call safe mine exploring?
It's the safest way to mine explore.
Because you're wearing a mask.
Yes.
We're keeping the mine COVID safe.
There's no COVID here. You don't have to worry about COVID underground. You see, it's perfectly safe. We're social distancing. I have my cigarettes to keep myself from getting COVID, and it's good. Life's good.
It's always brilliant when you have a fire in a place like this, and this is not the right, you know. So the most recent kind of goings on in the mine exploring video and social media community is that land management agencies like Abandoned Mine Lands, BLM, they're working together with social media platforms like YouTube and Instagram to sort of shadow ban and delist mine exploring videos and pictures and stuff, because I guess they see it as promotion of dangerous activities. So they're kind of labeling it like firearms content, where they're, what's the term you'd like to use? Shadow banning? So if you're trying to create a YouTube channel that focuses on mine exploring, or something along those lines, if you're new to this, you'll probably notice that there's hardly any channel growth. And if you look at video views, don't look at how many subscribers or followers a channel has. Look at the actual number of views. There are channels out there that have 500,000, 350,000 subscribers. But if you look, their average video views are like 4,000 to 6,000. And you look at that and you say, well, how could that even be possible? Those numbers don't match. Well, that's a combination of ghost subscribers, bot subscribers, purchased subscribers or followers, and the fact that the social media sites are just sort of shadow banning and not pushing this content out anymore. Because, like I said, the government watchdog organizations are sort of delisting us. There's a lot of that type of censorship stuff going on, and it's unfortunate. Let's take a look over there. They also tend to hide. There's a lot of air blowing up this. They also tend to hide funding for mine closures, remediation, reclamation, whatever word you want. They hide funding in bills like that. What is the name of that bill they just signed? The Inflation Promotion Act. So that's on the federal level. Oh, and the other thing they're going to do, the other thing they have a budget for is some of the ads and commercials you're going to see on mine exploring videos are going to be stay out, stay alive, land management produced content, stay out, stay alive. We have a social media campaign too to encourage people not to do what you see these people doing. So it's kind of discouraging because this is a fun, and there's a safe way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. But this is something I've been doing since the 90s. And I'm still here, unfortunately. I'm still here consuming and producing carbon. So it hasn't got me yet. So that's kind of what's coming up. If you're trying to build a mine exploring channel and you just don't quite understand why it's not going anywhere, why you're not getting any views, well, the reason why is because the algorithm has been tweaked to ghost this type of content. Oh, here's bats. And there's sort of shadow banning and listing, delisting mine exploring videos, kind of like firearms content. We're kind of in the same. Let me switch lights. We're kind of the same as firearms content now. They really don't want us doing this kind of cool stuff. Like, look at this. Try and widen it up here. This would be a good place to do a 360 photo.
Found a box.
What? Piece of a dynamite box? Cut and fill, man. This is a common look for a lot of these gold mines. This kind of So yes, shadow banning, mine exploring videos and content, and yeah, I mean, it's been coming out recently that the government has back doors into social media anyway, and oh, here's the bat. I wonder if I could slow-mo the bat. I've got enough light to do it. I have to get the bat sort of pinned into a so right there you can see that seam. So that's the angle of the dangle in here. That's the seam right there.
I'm gonna have to try and bookmark this one so I can come back sometime. Quite a messy mine.
What do you mean by messy?
So some of the mines I feel like I explore, like timbers are very organized, like the trackway is super clear, like the gobbing is stacked like very nicely. Here I feel like they just kind of dug quickly and threw it together and just kind of left.
Well,
It's just different. Like looking at this stope compared to a lot of the ones I've seen, like it's very different.
it's all about getting the material out, and of course the cheaper you can get the material out, the better. And this of course was mined in an era prior to shine a light. What?
On the bat. It's like a baby bat and a mom bat or something.
I think bats are blind.
That's not bad.
They roll off of sonar.
Yeah, it's quite extensive back there. That stope. It's insane. I can't imagine what beautiful art back there. Messy.
Well, it's just cut and fill. This is why the pile outside is not as big as the...
Yeah, because they just kind of used some...
They left as much of the material inside as they possibly could.
It's used cheaper work. A lot of the 1800 ones are the same way. Those dog, instead of taking it all out.
Well, certain mines like lead mines and other strategic defense mineral mines that were mined during wartime, the government paid by the load.
I can see this being around that time frame.
This is way older. This is way older than that.
Yeah.
This was closed down during the war. Well, oh boy, no, stay there, bat. Stay there. Hold on, slow-mo. Crap. This is kind of cool. I'm climbing up this. This is gobbing. This is a cut and fill mine. So we're following a vein up. I don't know what this is, 45 degrees. You can walk up it. And a little ore chute there. That's very cool. Gold mine. So it's hard rock, probably quartz. good for the lungs with a lot of these old stalls, these native timber, unprocessed lumber. I'm on the first level here. The Inflation Expansion Act. That's the term I'm looking for. The Inflation Expansion Act. They hide money for mine remediation and reclamation in federal. Very cool. You're not going to really find any artifacts in anything like this, but the wood, the kind of chaotic, low-budget woodwork is something to behold. So there's some pipe in there. It's all just more of the same. So I'll try and include some links from some news articles where they actually talk about the government using these videos as reference material for funding and locating mines to close. That's why one of the reasons why I sort of really do my best to conceal these locations and not invite, but they recognize them. The abandoned mines guys that, you know, are in charge of this, they recognize these. They'll recognize this. Even though it looks like just every other cut and fill gold mine out there from this era, they'll recognize it. They'll say, oh, well, we need to close that right away. And they have resources and funding. The cat and mouse game between the explorer, the mine explorer enthusiast, and the guy that wants to keep us out is on. Anyway, you could go around in here all day up through this, where they took this seam out, this gold vein. You can see the vein right there. But I guess I like artifacts. And this is cool because the mine is definitely a lot bigger than you would think from the outside, because so much of it is fill. Like as they work their way, they just keep leaving all the waste inside. It minimizes labor and manpower, you know, to remove all this stuff. Cool. I'm just going to roll along slow and try and make exciting video, make happy my fan base. shit. There's a rope there going to upper levels. Hard rock, check, check. That's actually climbing rope. Wow. Go back and go the other way. Oh shit, here's your winds. Here's your winds.
Yep. Careful what you're standing on. Careful, dude. There's like nothing underneath.
So we're in the ore body right now.
Yep.
Ooh, look at this. Plugged with some piece of equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, welcome to Delamar, everybody. Delamar is a huge gold mine that was known as the Widowmaker. Who wants to die with us today? Yeah, this could be a safety issue. Here was your windlass. So that winds back there has to connect to this. They actually had metal track here, and it would dump into this ore chute. There's a ladder there.
Here, let me off for you. So we're still above the stope, right?
We are in the stope.
Yeah, well, I mean above where... Hold on. I'm coming. What's happening?
This is the only reason I would be glad they borrow some stuff like this, is that when you do get back in, perfect.
This too.
Yeah, it's making me kind of sketched, so I want to get out of here.
Wanted to make a sketch.
This condition of this. We have bonus footage. Wow, and it's some smoked. Somebody, boy, that's a neat looking portal though. Look at that. See, am I on high here? That's off. So how do you make brighter this operation? Oh, that's full bright. Yeah, someone had a cigarette dining tray in here. Wow, this is in great shape. Of course, they pull all the track out of it, but... engine parts. That's an interesting smell. Smells like a rotting animal. And it just got very hot and humid. East Tunnel. Don't... What's with all the clothing? Look at how far the clothing goes. It's just all garments. Like, why? Was this a work of some pack rat? How bizarre. Okay, this is the East Tunnel, and this is where the pipe goes. Trixie. What the hell? That's the face right there, but it looks like they were working their way up here. But it doesn't seem to go anywhere. It faces right there. That's it. It's the whole thing. Well, that's the whole thing. Small, tiny little mine. There are a bunch of cars down the road. I think we'll get some video of the old cars. Who likes old cars? These cast iron, those are cast iron oil pans,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's ridiculous.
No pack rat brought that in.
The amount of weight. Timing cover.
You got the rollers for the belts right there. So, do they have a conveyor set up in here?
That's what I was wondering, but
They're the brake straps for carts.
is that what those are? Or those drum? Yeah, they have to be.
The drum brakes are down there.
Drum brakes?
Yeah, there's two brake shoes for drum brakes.
This is one of those old school Haram ice cars. With one of these old dinosaur burning earth killers. That one too. Relics of the past. This is probably the carburetor to it.
The shift is on the column right here.
Column shift? Cast iron. I sure am glad my government took the initiative to ban this carbon pumping, dinosaur burning, earth killing junk. Someone had to do it. I'm just really glad they banned the use of fossil fuels. Here's a side view of this relic of the past. We'll go take a look at that one. So here's the container where the liquefied dinosaur crust was stored that propelled these ancient machines. So this one only had 4 round thingies, so this one used less dinosaurs per mile than the other one we just looked at. Still a lot of metal.
HI.
Yeah, you could probably get it to run if they still sold fossil fuels, but you know, they banned that shit and
You got the Plymouth on the front.
you can't get it anymore.
All the chrome. It's not even tarnished.
I'm just so glad that my government mandated electric. I'm in such much better physical condition now that I hike so much. look at the dinosaur hole and dinosaur tube is still on this one. That's where the dinosaurs went in. And then back here is the climate change hole. Oh, the climate change hole is still here. Right there. That's where the gas came out that changed the climate and melted the ice caps. Oh boy.
Amazing this isn't underwater right now.
This video is going to get World Economic Forum approval. This one here, this one had that old school braking system that wasn't regenerative and wasted more dinosaurs. And this one, the dinosaur hole was cut off with an oxyacetylene torch. Do you remember when the government used to let us have fire without a permit? Do you remember those days? God, I was barely alive then. This model features the flip-down dinosaur hole. That's where the dinosaurs and carbon go in. The liquid carbon goes in there, and then the gas carbon comes out there that poisoned the earth.
That chunk's still locked. I wonder if there's anything in it.
Probably.
Go around to the
Nothing.
What is this?
This is a vintage Plymouth dealership.
No, this.
Oh, it's a dinosaur burning transportation module.
No, you'll see when you get over. Looks like it could be a van.
So this says container made in USA. This is back when this was called the United States of America before China conquered it and took it over. That's no longer what this land is. This land is a subsidiary of China. Some subsidiary.
Holy shit, I found the bottom. No.
Maybe they were tobacco tins. You're too young to know what tobacco is. That was banned a long time ago.
Prince Albert?
Yeah. Yeah, they completely banned that. You can't grow it anymore. It's considered a Schedule 1 drug or Schedule 4 or Schedule forbidden drug. This right here was called a muffler. And the point of this was to muffle and quiet down the sound of the burning, dying dinosaurs. And also it kind of covered up the fact that we were poisoning the earth with dying dinosaurs that were burning and then being concealed in there. And that's a Walker brand muffling device. There you go. Body by Fisher.
Back when men were men.
Stop it. This used to be, this was a liquid dinosaur burning heating device to keep people warm and comfortable. Those are totally forbidden. Totally forbidden.
Bob's used fenders.
These had ignition probes to ignite the dinosaur juice and start it burning. And they also, that's a water pump, and they used to have water to cool these because they had such poor thermal efficiency. So much of the energy of the dinosaur juice was just expelled in heat and not actually vehicle propulsion. So there used to be a thing called a radiator here, and it was all just wasted heat to deal with the thermal inefficiency of this type of transportation.